Disclaimer. This video might contain spoilers of the mentioned franchises. Viewers' discretion is advised. Thank you.
Oh, Kotal Kahn, my love, my heart, my soul, my blood, my sweat, my tears. How they could never make me hate you. I will defend you till the ends of the earth if it means I get to have that tainted body of yours.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Wow, what an intro, am I right, guys? Okay, tough crowd. Hello, nerds and geeks. It's me, Naveen Speaks. In this video, I'll be discussing about how your favorite character sucks. I'm joking, guys. Learn how to take a joke.
Shut your fucking mouth!
My original title was supposed to be, Your Character is Objectively Flawed, but no one wants to watch a video like that, so I had to spice it up for y'all. And if you like the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Without further ado, let's begin.
Being in certain fanbases is like gambling. You pray to get content you enjoy, but then you get something not so great, and that is fine. Fans are allowed to create content they want. However, no matter the fandom, there is one common trait that they share, and that is defending flawed characters. Now, there is nothing wrong with defending flawed characters, but how come we feel the need to defend them anyway? You could argue that you like the character, but it's way more than just that reason. In relatability, realism, and the importance of flawed characters, Joshua Lane explained that as readers, we often gravitate towards characters who exhibit those same flaws we struggle to correct. In fact, we'll go as far as to form stronger bonds with characters who conquer adversity, despite their flaws. But what happens when that bond becomes too strong? We forget why that character is flawed in the first place. A fanbase's response to a flawed character often reveals more about our own values rather than the characters themselves, highlighting the complex relationship between fiction and reality. Every character in fiction has a flaw. Some are small enough to blend into other traits, and some are so large to the point that the audience's opinion of the character might vary because of it. Some characters might utilize their flaws to achieve their complex goals or cope with their past. Those characters are considered morally gray. According to Morally Gray by Katie Davis, a morally gray character is a character that is neither good nor bad. They follow their own ambitions and often use them as a frontier to hide their weaknesses. Some examples of MGCs I have include Guts, Godot, and Kotal Kahn. Because of his brutal environment and severe psychological trauma, Guts became extremely violent and brash, constantly pushing away any concepts of relationships in fear of betrayal and deception. However, Guts gradually learns how to trust others over time, by allowing himself to form bonds other than Castor, who was mentally regressed at the time. Guts slowly strays away from his internal struggles to focus on what really matters to him, the people he truly cares for. Despite being deemed a tragic character in the Ace Attorney fandom, Godot is the definition of a morally realistic character. After losing his partner, Mia Fey, Godot's grief and insecurity causes him to lash out at others, specifically Phoenix Wright, who was trained under Mia. By the end of Trials and Tribulations, Godot takes responsibility by confessing to the murder of Misty Fey. Overall, Godot is a multi-faced antagonist who makes mistakes, just like every other character in Ace Attorney. Hate him or love him, Kotal Kahn is an interesting character to say the least. Despite being an antagonist, he is one of the tamest rulers of Outworld. Throughout his time in Mortal Kombat, he has shown to care for his empire and rarely displays any arrogance and malice. However, he does not stray away from harsh and even inhumane treatment of outworld inhabitants like previous leaders. However, he would eventually mend these wounds and restore the Tarkatans and Shockans, uniting more of outworld together. These three characters are considered morally grey because they follow their own sense of rules and justice. However, when they realize they only act this way because of their internalized conflicts, they take responsibility and correct their mistakes, making them redeemed characters. But what if a character is considered irredeemable? What then? An irredeemable character is a character that is not willing to redeem themselves. In what exactly is irredeemable? Anyway, rejecting actions disqualify characters from redemption. Bridget Jandovitz argues that what decides if a character is redeemable is the character themselves, not the evilness of their past actions. Meaning the only way for a character to be redeemable is when they are willing to be one. In the end, it is up to the author to tell that story in a satisfying way. Now, there are numerous examples of irredeemable characters, some famous ones being the Joker, Dio Brando, Shu Tucker, and Johann Liebert. However, one irredeemable character I had in mind is Kahn from Mortal Kombat.
Hear me out! Hear me out, you guys! I am aware that Kahn, for the most part, is a gray character. Other than his conflicts with the Shirai Ryu, he sticks with his goal of becoming a successful grandmaster within the Lin Kuei. Moreover, I am also aware that the Shirai Ryu massacre was not his fault and was coordinated by Quan Chi, leading him to be wrongfully killed by Scorpion. However, before all of that, Kahn was already a cold-hearted assassin who vowed to increase the power of the Lin Kuei by any means necessary. By the end of the original Mortal Kombat tournament, Kahn's transformation into Noob Saibot had only fueled the evil within his soul, stripping him from pride, compassion, and everything else that made him human. He quite literally becomes the incarnation of evil, even going so far as to plan to take over Netherrealm. In Mortal 1 Kombat, Kahn betrays Titan God Liu Kang and works alongside Shang Tsung and promises that the Lin Kuei will become more powerful. He becomes so corrupt, he chases out his brothers Kuai Liang and Thomas from the clan. In the DLC Chaos Reigns, Kahn's lust for power and chaos intensifies after being killed and turned into Noob Saibot by Titan Havoc. In his ending, he is awoken from his comatose state and plans to bring an anarchist utopia to all timelines. Throughout his entire character arc, Kahn is driven by ambition, lust for power, and a commitment to the dark forces. Now, where does the fanbase align with all this? Well, many Mortal Kombat fans argued that Kahn could have been redeemed since his humanity was wrongfully stripped away from him. While that is true, Kahn was shown to be ruthless and savage even before he became Noob Saibot. Repeatedly, he shows no remorse for what he has done, and it is unlikely that he will change unless he is threatened by the opposing party. Unless Kahn is written to feel regretful and act for what he has done, a redemption arc would do more harm to his character rather than good. Sorry about the introduction. Let's move on, shall we?
A character must go through a redemption arc if they wish to make amends. But what is even a redemption arc? Well, a redemption arc is a story arc where an immoral character is redeemed and makes right for their wrongdoings. It forces the character to grow from their mistakes and move forward. Some examples of good redemption arcs include sacrificing one's life for others, selflessly saving someone else from danger, and sacrificing an opportunity so that another character can seize it. For redemption arcs to work, the author must consider in what ways the character is represented in a story as well as the setting presented. They cannot just shoehorn a redemption arc because the audience will know. It is why redemption arcs are executed poorly if the character's morals actions are considered irredeemable by the plot. Ultimately, redemption arcs are character development. You cannot rid an immoral character from all their wrongdoings just because they apologized and hugged it out. Redemption is only written well if a character is willing to change for themselves and not for the sake of others' approval. I want to make it clear that there is nothing wrong with liking or disliking flawed characters. In fact, the characters I mentioned are one of my favorites. Except Kahn. I hate that kid. Regardless, it is important to take a step back and ask what truly makes a character flawed. Developing characters is not as simple as people like to say it is. Which is why showing empathy is the most useful method to understand a character. And who knows, maybe a character is better flawed. And with that, my discussion has ended. Thank you all so much for watching this and the last video. Please feel free to like and subscribe for more content. Until then, my nerds and geeks, this is Nevin Speaks, signing off.
Now, where does the fan base align with all this? Well, many more morbidly obese fans